before I start, the idea of this video was given to me by a YouTube friend of mine, Hoodie Vert. Now, he's a YouTuber that drops Madden videos, 2K videos, he does live streams. Every now and then he drops NFL videos, reaction videos. He's a really cool dude, really cool YouTuber. He's kind of like me in a way. He just wants to win, he wants to grind, he loves the grind. So I'm going to leave the link to his channel on the top of the description. Go check him out. He's a great guy. He also happens to be a Texans fan, but don't go over there expecting all sorts of Texans content because that's not really what he does. Every now and then, like I said, he does drop some stuff, but don't go over there expecting Texan stuff. Anyways, let's get to this now. This might trigger some people. This list, every time you come up with a list, it triggers a certain fan base, but top 5 quarterbacks going into next season, in my opinion. And now this is based on their own personal skills as well as the surrounding team around them as well. So like if you have a guy who has a very bad team around them, then they're probably not going to make the list. So the team around them definitely has an impact on the list. Now let's start off with a few honorable mentions. The first honorable mention, I got Dak Prescott. Now, in my opinion, for Prescott, this is a make it or break it year. Yes, Travis Frederick retired. The O-line did take a hit because of that, but that O-line should still be good. They got Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lyle Collins as well, who I think is pretty underrated. They got Ezekiel Elliott, who is one of the best running backs in the league. They have Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. They just drafted CeeDee Lamb. So there's absolutely no excuse for Dak Prescott this season. I mean, he has all the weapons around him. He's got another head coach, Mike McCarthy, who personally I'm not so high on, but I would take him over Jason Garrett. So yeah, Prescott is set up for success. The Cowboys franchise tagged him. This is a prove-it year for him. And if Prescott can go out there and take this team to the playoffs and have a nice season along the way, then he's just not that guy. So it'd be wise for the Cowboys to move on from him if he can't deliver, because that team around him is stacked offensively. I mean, name me a team on offense that has a good offensive line like the Cowboys, a star running back like Elliott, and 3 very good wide receivers. You're not going to find many. You're really not. Like, think about it. Like, actually think about it. You're not going to find any. Honestly. They're either missing one or the other. Either they don't have a good offensive line, Chiefs. They don't have a good running back, Texans, or, Buccaneers. So, yeah, there's absolutely no excuse for Dak Prescott. My next honorable mention, I got Lamar Jackson. Now, people are going to be like, what? Lamar Jackson? He was MVP last year. Now, Lamar Jackson definitely has a team built, catered to his skill set. It does. But the issue is, Lamar Jackson's playstyle, and like I said, this video might trigger some people because, videos like this always trigger people. Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, his playstyle is not sustainable. The whole running around thing is just not gonna be a thing for long, in my opinion. DC's always figure out a way to stop all these little gimmicks, whether it was the read option, whether it was the little wildcat. They always find a way to stop them. Sometimes it takes longer to figure out how to stop it, but I think the blueprint is out there. I mean, the Chargers in 2018 in the playoffs, they used it. They completely shut down that offense. The Titans in the playoffs last year used that same blueprint and they stopped them. And I think teams need to stop being scared of going 6-7 DB sets to beat the Ravens, but hey, it works. So if it works, do it. Now, the reason why Lamar Jackson makes the list, well, the honorable mentions, is because he's still a young quarterback. Even if they take away all the little running stuff he does, he can still improve as a passer because he's still young. So if he improves as a passer, I think he'll be fine. But if he doesn't improve as a passer and then they stop his runs, then, you could start panicking. But as of now, he's still young. He can still get better. So that's why he still makes, the honorable mentions. Okay, now moving on to the actual list of top 5 quarterbacks going into the season. At number 5, I have Kyler Murray. Now look, I am very high on Kyler Murray. I like Kyler Murray, and in my opinion, Kyler Murray is who the media thinks Lamar Jackson is. Kyler Murray is about as elusive as Lamar Jackson. They probably don't use him as much in the run game like that. And he's also a great passer. He has an offense built around him. He has a nice running back in Kenyon Drake, who surprisingly, he exploded once he went to Arizona. I didn't think much of Kenyon Drake before, but when he went to Arizona, they started using him differently, and dude went off. He was amazing. So he's got a nice running back. And then the Cardinals went and traded for the best wide receiver in football. So he's got DeAndre Hopkins on his team now, so that's only going to help him even more. Obviously, Larry Fitzgerald, the vet, he's there, and Christian Kirk. So he's got weapons around him. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about when it comes to the Cardinals is their offensive line and the fact that they play in a loaded division with Russell Wilson and 49ers. So this team can definitely make a playoff push, but they're in a tough division, but we'll see. I'm definitely high on Kyler Murray. That's why he's number 5 on my top quarterbacks going into the year. At number 4, I got Russell Wilson. Now, in my opinion, Russell Wilson's the best quarterback in the NFL because he low-key single-handedly carries the Seahawks to the playoffs, and he's kind of been doing that for like the past 3 years after the whole Legion of Boom kind of dispersed. So, yeah, Russell Wilson, amazing quarterback, crazy talented. He can be a pocket passer. He can run around and create plays with his legs. He can buy extra time and throw the ball. Like, the way he plays is so fun to watch. Unfortunately, the Seahawks want to be a running team, and we don't really get to see much of what Russell Wilson could really do. If Pete Carroll let Russell Wilson actually play and throw the ball a bunch of times a game from the start, because believe me, when you watch the Seahawks, it always goes down like this. Run the ball, 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 run the ball. Oh no, we're behind. Russell Wilson, come save us. Like, legit. That seems like that's the Seahawks every single week. And if Pete Carroll just let him do his thing from the first snap, then Russell Wilson would be an MVP every year. Now, Russell Wilson, he's got some nice weapons, obviously Lockett and DK Metcalf, who I do think is going to improve in the second year. He had a nice year last year as a rookie, so obviously second year I'm expecting bigger things from him. So he has nice receivers. He has nice backs. His O-line, though, besides Dwayne Brown, they don't really have much. Plus, they just cut Fluker and Justin Britt, their two second and third best offensive linemen. So, yeah, Russell Wilson needs an offensive lineman. He can't be out there running for his life every single game. But, yeah, Russell Wilson, definitely one of the top quarterbacks going into the season. Now, at number 3, I have Tom Brady. Now, I know what you guys are going to say, Tom Brady, he's old. He's old, and he's definitely on the decline in my opinion, but I think he'll be fine. That Buccaneers team is loaded. Rob Gronkowski, O.J. Howard, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. He's got a nice offensive line. Bruce Arians as his coach, and not to mention that defense. That defense is also going to be good for them. So Tom Brady, even though he's on the decline, even though he showed signs of decline last year, he's put in a perfect situation. And honestly, I think he has the second best offense built around him behind Dak Prescott. But we've seen Tom Brady do it before. We've seen Brady deliver for all these years, 2 decades. So I think Brady, unlike Prescott, he's already proven. So we kind of know what we can get out of Tom Brady. The only issue with the Buccaneers is they don't have a running back. And their division, I mean, the Falcons, you can't really trust the Falcons. The Panthers are on full rebuild mode, and the Saints, well, I don't know what the hell Drew Brees is doing over there. But yeah, I think the Buccaneers with Tom Brady are set up for success, and I think the Buccaneers are built perfectly for Tom Brady. Therefore, Tom Brady is going to have a really good season next year, because I mean, he has all these weapons. And honestly, I might get a little bit of hate for this, but I do think this Buccaneers team This is the most loaded team Tom Brady has ever had. Now, some people might want to mention the Randy Moss and Wes Welker days, but personally, I mean, you got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, and then you got Rob Gronkowski and OJ Howard. So I think this team might be more loaded than that team. So, yeah, Tom Brady, he's number 3 on my list. At number 2, I have Deshaun Watson. Now, Watson, he has a good offensive line, despite what the media might tell you. I mean, Laramie Tunsil, Max Sharping, Nick Martin, Zach Fulton, Titus Howard, all very good. His weapons, yes, he lost Hopkins, but you can't ignore. He gained Brandon Cooks. He gained Randall Cobb. He gained David Johnson. Even though David Johnson isn't who he once was, and I personally don't think he'll ever be who he once was, he's still another receiving threat, and I do think he's better than Carlos Hyde. So, he's got this team set up around him, built perfectly for his skill sets. He loves going deep. He has all these receivers that can go deep. He's got Will Fuller as well, Kenny Stills. So, Deshaun Watson has an offense built around him now. He loves going deep. Let's go get him some speedsters that can stretch the field. That's what the Texans did, so that's where he's at right now. He has a good offensive line, good receivers around him. Now at tight end, Darren Fell's a little bit older, but he was, I guess, their top red zone target last year. Maybe Kahali Waring could go in there and do something for them. The only issue on their offense, in my opinion, is the running back spot. Like I said, David Johnson, not exactly who he once was. Duke Johnson, a nice guy, but I don't think he can be a featured back in the NFL. I mean, he's been in the NFL for like 6 years, and he hasn't had a featured back role. So, I mean, there's got to be something there. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson, set up for success. The only reason why Deshaun Watson is not number 1 on this list is because I feel like the person at number 1 is set up for more success, and large part of that being is because of his head coach. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh my god, you're being biased. No, I am not being biased. I really do think the Texans offense got way better, and people need to stop looking at the media for opinions on other teams. Do your own research. Look at the team from your own eyes. Take a step back. Take your emotion out of it. Forget DeAndre Hopkins. He's no longer here, even though I love D-Hop. Forget him. Move on. He's not here. Take a step back. Look at this team, and you will see that the Texans clearly got better. And anyone who disagrees, you're not over D-Hop. And as harsh as that might sound, that is 100% the truth, because I don't know how anyone can look at the Texans and say they got worse when they clearly got better. And I feel like if you're saying they got worse, you're just like making up all these false things like, oh my god, injury prone players, acting like all the players are going to get hurt at the same time. No, that's just not the way it works. And trust me, we can sit here and what if all day about any team in the NFL. That doesn't change the facts. The facts are, we got Brandon Cooks, one of the better deep threats in the NFL. We got Randall Cobb, one of the better slot receivers in the NFL. We got David Johnson, one of the better receiving backs in the NFL. So, those are the facts. Get with it. Anyways, at number 1, I have Patrick Mahomes. I'm pretty sure you guys already knew this was coming. I mean, the dude is set up for so much success. Now, Tyreek Hill, best deep threat in the NFL. Travis Kelce, second best tight end in the NFL. I'm sorry, Chiefs fans. I think Kittle's better, but hey, I mean, it's definitely up for debate. You could debate Travis Kelce, but personally, I just think Travis Kelce's 2, Kittle's 1. Sammy Watkins, not too high on him, but he is a decent player, and I feel like Patrick Mahomes can make use out of him. They got Mecole Hardman as well. They drafted Clyde Edwards in this first round. Personally, I think they could have gone Jonathan Taylor or J.K. Dobbins, DeAndre Swift. It would have been better, but still, they got a running back now, receiving back. So I think that offense is going to be a little bit better, maybe the same, but still, I mean, Andy Reid, dude's an offensive genius. Finally got his first Super Bowl last year, so kind of got that monkey off his back. And yeah, the Chiefs, offensively, they're set up for success. Patrick Mahomes has a perfect team around him. Now, that offensive line is questionable besides Schwartz. Not a big fan on the other 4 starters. I mean, Eric Fisher, dude's a bust, but for some reason the Chiefs haven't moved on for him. Kind of goes to show how bad the offensive line problem in the NFL actually is. But yeah, Patrick Mahomes, definitely number 1, set up for success. He's talented himself. I mean, dude has a cannon for an arm. Might have the strongest arm in the NFL. You know, you could debate Josh Allen, but keep in mind, just because I'm saying Josh Allen has a strong arm doesn't mean I'm saying he has a better arm, because the dude is so inaccurate. So yeah, strong arm means absolutely nothing. But Mahomes, strong arm, accurate, smart, can extend plays. So yeah, he definitely is number 1 going into the season. Now, I know if Eagles fans watch this, what about Carson Wentz? Well, if Carson Wentz was so good, then why did the Eagles draft a quarterback in the 2nd round? Yeah, anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.